All of a sudden, there's just cops running down and people are taping off scenes. It was just kind of like a scene out of CSI, honestly. But it was real, and it wasn't that long ago that 9/11 happened. So I was just kind of like, is this really happening?
Shaken and terrified as she was heading to work, 27-year-old Rebecca Fox watched a deadly shooting unfold in front of the Empire State Building.
When I walked across the street, I saw a woman had been shot in the foot, and she was just in shock sitting there. And I looked down, I saw another man had been laying on the ground, and he wasn't moving.
CNN has obtained amateur video from the scene. Anika Basu watched that scene from a city bus as she was on her way to work.
I heard the gunshots and we looked towards the left and saw 3 people fall, or 3 or 4 people fall. And like I said, the whole entire crosswalk emptied and people were running. And we didn't realize if it was an actual gunshot or what.
Witnesses say they saw blood on the sidewalk, coffee cups strewn about, and people running frantically. Police described the suspected shooter, Jeffrey Johnson of Manhattan, as a disgruntled employee laid off from Hazan Imports here in New York's Garment District about a year ago. They say the man he shot and killed was a former co-worker who he was feuding with over alleged workplace harassment.
In a dispute with one of the former employees of Hazan, in front of the building, Johnson produced the pistol and fired at close range, striking his 41-year-old victim in the head.
8 others were also shot. A nearby construction worker notified 2 on-duty police officers who then fired 14 rounds, killing Johnson in the process.
The tape clearly shows the guy has the gun out and trying to kill the police officers. He is dead. The perpetrator is dead.
New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg says some of the wounded may have been inadvertently shot by police. Police say the 58-year-old suspected shooter was wearing a suit and tie. At 9 a.m. rush hour, he would have blended in with a lot of folks going to work here. But in one hand, he had a .45 caliber pistol. In the other, a bag with an additional magazine in it. Johnson's superintendent says he lived alone on the 2nd floor of this building. He saw him leave just after 8 a.m. wearing the same suit he usually did. His neighbor, stunned.
I'm in shock. I can't believe it. He was the nicest guy. I think he snapped or something. I don't know.
Law enforcement tells CNN there is no indication of any terrorism connection. Mayor Bloomberg, though, has long called for stricter gun legislation.
But we are not immune to the national problem of gun violence.
A couple things can change in your day, and some days I walk to work, and that could have been me, easily.